Our lives are greatly affected by weather and most often determine our mood, giving us different feelings at different times, like how winter gives us the holiday feeling and summer puts us in the vacation spirit. Weather is indeed important to us and the planet in general. Apart from affecting our mood, weather can also determine our lifestyle. Join us as we dish out 10 fascinating facts about the weather that you probably didn't know about. Let's begin, shall we? Number 10. Weather influences migration patterns. In the world, millions of people have migrated and are also migrating due to certain factors influenced by the weather, such as water scarcity, hurricane, crop failure, famine, and rise in sea levels. Humans are not the only ones who get affected by the weather and choose to migrate. Animals do too. Ever heard of the wild beast migration? It occurs every year between July and September. During this time, thousands of wildebeests, zebras, gazelles, and other forest animals migrate from Serengeti in Tanzania to the Masai Mara in Kenya in search of fresh grazing. Also, during the hurricane, thousands, if not millions of people relocate from their homes. The weather can sometimes be a blessing and a curse. Number 9. Lightning has about 6 million strikes and is hotter than the sun and can result in forest fires. You may have noticed that bright flash of lightning bolt high up in the sky, but I bet you didn't know that this thunderstorm-induced electricity is hotter than the surface of the sun. When lightning strikes, it releases massive bolts of electricity with a temperature of about 30,000 degrees Celsius. In fact, lightning can result in forest fires, burning down plantations and trees. In the U.S., over 10,000 forest fires occur every year. That's not all. Lightning can lead to death. It has been recorded to have injured and killed more people than tornadoes or hurricanes. This weather condition has about 8.6 million strikes every day. It is very dangerous. The best place to see lightning strikes is in Lake Maracaibo. Number 8. There are about 13 types of storms. Thunderstorm is one of them. When it comes to storms, memories of different experiences creep in, with storms leading to numerous disasters in the world. Over the years, different types have been recognized and recorded. They include tornadoes, gales, windstorms, squalls, dust devils, and tropical cyclones. Others include hailstorms, blizzards, ice storms, thunderstorms, and snowstorms. Every year, these tropical cyclones become more devastating. According to the studies, when cyclones form, they tend to move slowly. They deliver continuing winds at about 185 kilometers per hour. Next on the list is number 7. Deadliest and heaviest hailstorms ever recorded. There are over hundreds of hailstorm disasters and encounters that happened in the world, some of them leaving about 246 fatalities. Mordabad and Barrie districts in India recorded the deadliest hailstorm. On June 3, 1959, Kansas City had recorded the biggest hailstorm in history, with the weather producing a blanket of hailstorms up to 18 inches. Bangladesh, on the other hand, experienced the heaviest hailstorm ever recorded in history. On the 14th of April, 1986, it was recorded that the biggest hailstorm fell in Gopalganj district of Bangladesh. The size of the hailstorm was quite big. It weighed about 2.25 pounds. Pretty heavy for a stone, don't you think? This intense hailstorm fell, killing about 92 people. Number 6. In July 2001, the rainfall in India, Kerala, was blood red. Rains are natural weather phenomena, and they happen seasonally. You know how the rains are really cool, that we imagine ourselves dancing in them? Well, some rains are pretty awkward and scary. On some occasions, these rains fall rather weirdly, giving out very intense experiences to people. An example of such weird rain is the bloody rain. In July 2001, the red rain fell in Kerala, India, lasting for less than 20 minutes. Though some people had thought the red rain was blood, studies have brought a clear explanation to it. It was concluded that the rain-colored red was due to airborne spores. How would you react if you experienced red rain? Number 5. The naming of tropical storms and hurricanes officially began in 1953. Up until the 1950s, hurricanes and storms had no names. They were only tracked by year and order of occurrence. However, over time it was figured that using names made it easier to remember, document, and reduce confusion. So in 1953, the United States of America began using female names to identify storms and hurricanes. Subsequently, male names were added to the category, and the World Meteorological Organization established strict procedures for selecting names. That is why you hear names like Hurricane Katrina, Hurricane Irma, and Hurricane John. Number 4. Longest tropical storms last for about 31 days. Tropical storms occur almost every year, and some last longer than others. Hurricane John was one tropical storm that changed its status from hurricane to typhoon and then back to hurricane. It lasted for 31 calendar days, from August 11th to September 11th of 1994. It was the longest-lasting hurricane, crossing its international date lines twice. In the eastern Pacific, Hurricane John became known as a Typhoon John and then Hurricane John. After that, it crossed back to the northeast. This Hurricane Typhoon John traveled 8,188 miles, which is more than double the distance between Tampa, Florida, and Yukavik, Alaska. Amazing! The next fascinating fact is number 3. The coldest temperature ever recorded was minus 89.2 degrees Celsius in 1899. While some parts of the world experience extreme heat, others experience temperatures as low as minus 89.2 degrees Celsius. The lowest and coldest temperature ever recorded on Earth happened on July 21st, 1899. It was recorded at ground level on Earth at the Soviet Vostok in Antarctica, with rivers being all frozen up. Something Elsa would easily have done as the Snow Queen. Major rivers have been victims of these cold climate conditions, and because of how cold it gets, these rivers tend to become frozen. The river Mississippi is a good example of such a river. This river was frozen to its entire length. Just to add briefly, River Thames in the United Kingdom was also frozen for about 2 months in 1686. Cold can really freeze things. Number 2. Human activities affect weather. As humans, we have over and over again affected the weather with numerous findings on climate change and global warming. With all the factories, machinery, and vehicles humans use every day, there is bound to be reparations. These reparations contribute to the greenhouse effect. We are not victims, but perpetrators of this crime in the climate. The effects caused by our actions as humans led to the disruption of the lives of polar bears and many other animals, a rise in sea levels, and a depleting ozone layer. Sadly, all these things turn out to be a great disadvantage to the climate, to humans and animals alike. Number 1. Hurricane Irma is the longest-lasting hurricane of all time. Of the many hurricanes that have happened in the world, Hurricane Irma is the longest-lasting. As of September 2017, Hurricane Irma had hit several Caribbean island nations like the Bahamas, Cuba, and Florida. It lasted for 37 hours with winds at about 185 miles per hour. This hurricane was the most powerful hurricane recorded in history. It was so powerful that it caused widespread destruction across its path. It held 7 trillion watts of energy, twice as much as all bombs used in the Second World War, leading to damaged properties and a death toll of about 129 people. Weather conditions on Earth can indeed be a blessing and a curse. Folks, we have come to the end of today's episode. So what'd you think about the video? Which of these weather facts fascinates you the most? Let us know in the comment section below. Please click on the subscribe button and turn on that notification bell for more videos, and don't forget to like and share. Bye for now.